We begin at 10 with breaking news. The National Weather Service will be in our area tomorrow assessing damage to determine whether a tornado touched down late this afternoon. Good evening. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. This after a system of storms barreled through the area, prompting multiple tornado warnings all across our area. This video from Route 146 at 116 in Lincoln appears to show the storm's rotation as it moved right across the highway. And on Shippey Schoolhouse Road in Foster, more of the same. Trees toppled along with power lines. And check out this video of damage on Windsor Road in Gloucester. You can see a tree toppled onto some power lines here. In Lincoln, the wind strong enough to topple the press box at Lincoln High School, knocking it right over onto the stands. And the rain, a problem in Lincoln, too. We have a viewer video of heavy street flooding in Lincoln tonight. National Weather Service saying tonight, based on radar data and this video of the damage, it appears likely that it was a tornado. But as we said, they'll make that final determination tomorrow. We have live team coverage tonight of the damage and cleanup efforts now underway. But we begin with Chief Meteorologist Tony Petracca. We're still in a pinpoint weather alert for a flood watch, Tony, as rain continues to make its way through the area. Really, we are saturated at this point.
Yeah, can't afford any additional rain, though. The good news, we're seeing signs of that rain easing, but the flood watch will continue through the overnight until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, though I do expect we're going to wake up to sunshine tomorrow morning. Even when the rain stops, you can still get runoff that continues. No longer a flood warning in the northwest corner of the state where you picked up nearly 3 to 5 inches of rain, but the flood watch again till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. But seeing indications on Doppler radar of much better weather in terms of the rainfall. This is a look back when the storms were coming through between about 4 and 6 o'clock in the evening. Downpours, thunderstorms, and potential for some tornadoes being spun out of these thunderstorms. Very interesting radar product. This is called a wind shear track. And quite simply, this skinny, narrow blue line is a look back. It's almost like a footprint, and it shows where some of the turbulent wind and potentially where a tornado may have made landfall. It's along this path. You can see it right in here, clear as day. It started in Killingly, Connecticut, went to Foster, Gloucester, went through Lincoln, Smithfield, and then out towards the Attleboro. So this may be a combination of what we call straight line wind, which are microburst straight line winds, and rotating winds and possible tornadoes. So very interesting product there. The heaviest rain, the radar can estimate where the heaviest rain fell, anywhere from 3 to 4 to even 5 inches of soaking rain north and west of Providence. It has eased up. Things are getting much better overnight tonight. In fact, when you wake up tomorrow morning, it is a completely different story with sunshine and low humidity. Then we draw our attention to this tropical storm watch. Areas in yellow Friday night, Saturday morning as Hurricane Lee passes offshore. So a lot to cover. We'll talk more about Lee and what may happen here by Friday night coming up in our next weather segment. Kayla Fish is in the Foster, Gloucester area with some wind damage from late this afternoon. Has a close-up look and a look back at some of these storms. Kayla.
Well, Tony, yeah, we're live here on Bungay Road. This is right on the Gloucester North Scituate line, quite literally right on the town line in this area. Now, as you mentioned, the National Weather Service will investigate whether a confirmed tornado touched down here. But regardless, residents here tell us it was a scary situation.
Petrified, trust me, petrified.
Fast and powerful. That's how residents on Bungay Road describe the possible tornado that moved through Wednesday evening.
The sky got really dark and the wind started to blow ferociously. The trees were blowing back and forth. Branches were flying everywhere.
Eileen Rose says she knew something serious was on the way.
We knew that it was a tornado watch because we had just been tuned into Channel 12 News and they were telling us there was going to be a tornado.
I've never heard anything like this. It was like a train.
Further down the road, Kevin and Donna Goulden tell us they quickly took cover.
We started to see the trees swirling around, and I said, let's get in the basement.
As they went downstairs, they say they could hear debris hitting their house.
We thought for sure something came through the roof as we were going downstairs in the basement, down the stairs. We actually stopped to make sure nothing happened, went downstairs, waited a few minutes, and then started looking outside in the window and saw all this damage.
Trees and debris now scattered all over their property.
Went through here and
down, and on our roof right there is pieces we don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. You know, you don't think of it. You think it's when they tell you, you know, all the warnings and stuff. You don't think of it. You say, oh, whatever, and then all of a sudden, just can't believe the destruction and within minutes, you know, and then it just left.
Kevin McAuliffe says he was stunned by the damage.
And I went to get my truck to go to leave, and I see my tree fall down here, and I came out here, looked right to left, and can't go anywhere. And I said, oh my God, look what happened.
So he says the next time he gets a tornado warning on his phone,
well, I might be a little more careful. My wife wanted to go in the basement. I said, we're fine, just stay away from the windows, this and that. But maybe I should be going in the basement now, because you never know, right? I got very lucky.
Now, this road where we're standing, Bungee Road, has been shut down for hours as Rhode Island energy crews work to restore power for this area. There's also debris blocking the road further behind me. Now, it is worth noting that where we're standing is only about 7 miles away from Byron Randall Road, where an EF2 tornado touched down in Scituate about a month ago. We're live in Gloucester tonight. I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
Kayla, thank you. Rhode Island emergency management officials are not only dealing with the cleanup from today's weather.
Today's warning coming as the state prepares for possible impacts from Hurricane Lee. 12 News reporter Amanda Pitts joins us now live from the EMA headquarters over in Cranston. Amanda?
Yeah, Mike and Shannon, we were inside the EMA this afternoon when that tornado warning was issued. At the same time, the folks here were in a meeting planning for that additional severe weather that we're getting this weekend. Inside the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency, Hurricane Lee is top of mind. That is until an alert sounded Wednesday afternoon.
Tornado warning till 4:45.
12 News was inside the State Emergency Operations Center to speak with Public Information Officer Armand Randolph as the EMA's attention shifted to the rotating cell making its way over northwest Rhode Island.
We're about to do the interview, just got an alert that there was a tornado warning.
So what should you do when you hear one?
So a warning means it's imminent or it's in progress. So like anything else, well, not anything else, but for tornadoes, more or less, make sure you take cover. Make sure you protect your friends, family as much as possible. Go to the inner part of your house if you don't have a basement.
Wednesday's storm is just the latest in a string of severe weather. Sunday and Monday were washouts, with inches and inches of rain dropped on parts of the state in a short period of time, leaving busy roads like Branch Avenue in Providence underwater. So why is Rhode Island seeing more and more wild weather? That's the million-dollar question.
To pinpoint it, I can't, but all I can say is in our reaction, we know there is an increase. Is it due to construction? Is it due to changes in the weather? Is it due to climate change? I'm not here to pinpoint what it is. We're just here to assist the communities the best way possible to be safe.
Safe and prepared, as we never know what's next in the forecast.
Like we always say, we don't know when it's going to happen, but something will happen. And as we've shown this week, there's flooding, hurricane, and now we just had a tornado warning.
So the message from the EMA is to just be prepared. Stick with 12 News on air and online as we track Hurricane Lee. Live in Cranston tonight, Amanda Pitts, 12 News.
Certainly been a wild weather week so far. Amanda, thank you. Tonight, Governor Dan McKee says it's all hands on deck to the state level to handle the storm damage from the last few days and to prepare for Hurricane Lee. In an interview with 12 News this evening, he says Rhode Island Energy, that is responding to outages around the state.
They are posting in 4 different locations in the state, vehicles that can help make sure that we restore electricity, vehicles that can make sure that we can, if there is any lines that are down. By the way, if there are lines down, please, the experienced, stay away from them.
Governor McKee says city and town leaders across the state will also be joining a call tomorrow to discuss the plan to prepare for Hurricane Lee. We also asked the governor if he plans to declare a state of emergency, and he said not yet.
And we want to see your pictures and videos from today's storm. This is a photo of ominous looking clouds over the River Run condominium complex in Cumberland. Thank you to Diane Pelletier for this photo.
And you can send your videos to us at the email you see there on your screen. Report it at WPRI.com.